How to write a novel. Hi, I'm Puja Mohan. I'm an indie author, aka a self-published author, and welcome to my writing studio.
Hi, can you share your writing process? How do you start writing? What exactly you do?
There's no one right way to write a novel. Everyone has their own way and methods that make sense to them. And until you find something that works for you, keep trying, see how others work, try their methods and see if that works for you. I'll share with you how I go about writing right now because I am learning constantly. My method has been changing and evolving as I'm learning new things. I try and incorporate what I learn and see what works for me because not everything works for me. And there are a lot of things that I've tweaked to suit my style of working and the way my brain functions. Like all authors, I don't have a shortage of ideas. And I've realized that not every idea can be developed into a full-fledged novel. So I like to begin with just scribbling a little about the idea that I have and see if I can actually build it into a 50, 60, 70,000 word novel. Once I feel confident about my idea, I then start working on the outline. Now, this is not how I started. This is a very recent thing. I think in about last 2.5, 3 years, I've started outlining thoroughly. So right now, I like to use 3 different things to outline my novels. I use some resources from the website One Stop Shop for Writers. Another resource that I use is a book, Save the Cat Writes the Novel. And the next thing that I do is I fill out scene cards from the book Story Genius. So I use these to outline my book. Because I spend so much time outlining, my first draft does not take me a lot of time. But I do underwrite my first draft. It usually comes about somewhere between 35 and 40,000 words. I can usually write about 3,000 words. I usually write in 20-minute sprints. That really works for me. My first word sprint usually has around 200 words, 250 words. But as I get deeper into my writing sprints, I start writing more and more. And I average about 600 to 700 words per 20-minute sprint. And I like to do 3 to 4 sprints a day. So that's around 2 to 3 sprints in the morning and 1 or 2 sprints in the evening. I also like to write first thing in the morning. I get up a little before my family gets up, so that gives me some quiet time so I can get my writing done and I can go about my day comfortably without feeling guilty that I have not written anything. Now, because I know how much I can write on a given day, I can work this into my writing goals. I also use Wednesdays as my writing days. So my day's focus is only writing. So any time I get during the whole day, it goes towards writing. So I know I can write more on Wednesdays, around 3,000 words. And I take all this into account when I am planning to write a project. Once I'm done writing my first draft, I take some time off and I share my work with my friend who is also my critique partner. And based on her input, then I start working on the second draft and the third draft. I go through at least 4 to 5 drafts before I start the editing process. And I like to do a couple of rounds of self-editing before I send it to my professional editor, who then goes through at least 2 rounds of edits before it goes for proofreading. While my editor also does proofreading, I have other people in my family and my friends who also proofread for me just so that we can catch as much as possible before the book is actually published. I hope this gives you an idea as to how I go about writing and how much time I spend writing every day. If you have any questions on self-publishing, writing or productivity that you'd like me to answer in one of these videos, let me know in the comments below. If you're new to self-publishing, check out this playlist, and if you'd like to know more about the cost involved in self-publishing, check out any of these videos. And I'll see you in the next one.